Hello! This video is not going to be for a friends and family playlist, but friends and family should watch this because today I'm going to be talking about what happens when people in your life, friends and family, people close to you, say that they support you, yet they still misgender you. This is like a really hard topic to talk about because everybody has different experiences, everybody is from different places in the world, probably maybe like one or two people are going to have the same experiences as me, but it's not going to be 100% identical. And so that's why it's a bit tricky and kind of like why I avoided this topic, but somebody asked me to make it, so, I decided let's do it. Let's try to kind of like deconstruct this notion. This happened to me. Let's go back a little bit, little backseat. I have very good friends from high school. I'm still friends with them. When I told them I was trans, like the year or like the the year after we went out of high school, I told them that I was going to go to a gender therapist. They were all like super excited for me. They actually remember when I told them we were working at like Beaver Tails, which is, if you don't know what it is, Google it. It's like this like dough, you put it in the fryer and you put sugar on it and shit like that. It was really good. So I remember telling them then. They always knew that there was like something up with my gender because I kind of like hinted at it before and asked them to like change, find a different name for me, and that's where I came up with Chase. And I went to gender therapy and I told them that I was going to start hormones eventually, and they still did not use male pronouns or my new name. And sometimes they would use Chase, but it would be like if they would start saying my old name and they'd be like, oh, sorry. It would be like a big thing. And it made me feel so uncomfortable. I never ever spoke out about it. Maybe I gave them like a look, I was like, because I was like uncomfortable, but I never told them, hey, yo, can you like, Instead, I made a video about it, and I knew they didn't even know I had like YouTube back then, and I don't know what happened, but right after that video was posted, they all started using male pronouns and like only messed up like 2 or 3 times. I have no idea what happened. So my experience is definitely different because I did not speak out at all, which is why making this video is kind of hard for me because I pass now, and my dad still kind of misgenders me, and my stepmom, and they kind of like use my old name sometimes, but it's like a variation of the name, it's like a nickname, so I'm like, I don't really care, but I can't like do it. I can't be like, hey, can you not do that? But one time when I got my new birth certificate with my new name, I like put it in their face and I was like, you need to call me this name, and then they kind of like got it and they kind of started, but like still it's kind of hard for them. So let's try to get into some tips. If your friends, families, or close people, whatever, around you are misgendering you and not saying your name and they're telling you you're supporting you, have like a real conversation with them. If you're not comfortable talking, I would recommend writing a letter. Even sending an email would be good. That's what I would have done, send an email, but now I'm like fine with it. We're like cool now, it's cool. In the email, letter, or if you're talking conversation, tell them how it makes you feel. Tell them that you're so happy that they're supporting you. Reaffirm that positive so that they know that they're helping. Then tell them, bang, it really hurts. I know it's hard for you. You've known me for my entire life as Jessica. Let's just say that's your name. And you're so used to calling me she and seeing me as a girl. I get that. I can only imagine how hard it is, but all I want you to do is try. I'm just asking for you to try. If you try, then I know that you're at least trying, and it makes me feel better inside knowing that one day you'll be able to say it without hesitation and you'll be able to see me as who I truly am. And then right after you say that, go again with another positive. I appreciate so much that you care about me, that you're supporting me through this process. It's hard for me, and I'm really glad that I get to share this journey with you. And basically what you want to do is kind of like sandwich it into them. So make them feel really good, then be like, by the way, I'm not cool with what you're doing, and then again make them feel really good. So when you're starting off, they're thinking that it's really great. Then you're starting to say some things that might be like, but then you're like, I really appreciate how much you support me. I just need you to try more. Saying that positive again I think would make people feel a lot better about what you're asking. This has happened to me for multiple different things. It doesn't have to be for like trans things or names or gender marker, whatever. It works when you tell somebody you really appreciate that they're doing this, but you're not appreciating that they're doing that, but then again you're appreciating that they're doing that first thing, and you know, you really want to make sure you have a connection together, and doing that last little step in the middle, that like little like burger meat between the buns, is gonna make you closer, it's gonna make you happier, and you're gonna be able to live your life, and everyone's gonna be happy. Does that make sense? I feel like that's like an oversimplistic version of what should happen, but in my mind, that is how I would do it. If I had family that I was like really, really close to that kept doing, like, example, my aunt lives in like Quebec City. I see her like once every 2 years. She can't do it. She sees me have like a beard, she hugs me, she like feels my stubble, still can't do it. I only see her like once every 2 years though. It's not something I really care about. If I went to Quebec City and I stayed there for like a year and I saw them all the time and they kept doing it, I'd be like, come on man, this is just embarrassing for you. Like, we're out in public. But obviously that's because I passed. If you don't pass, that's the tricky part. Also, I think what a really good thing that helped me and helps a lot of trans people that I know is when you bring somebody else in your life, either like a friend or like a trans person, cis, it really doesn't matter, cousin even, like a family member that like really supports you and like uses your name and pronouns, even if you're not on T or passing or like begun the transition yet, and they come to your house with your parents and your other friends and they start using your name. So they start calling you Chase and they start calling you he instead of like whatever, Jessica and stuff like that. Your family's gonna hear that and reaffirm that this is you and this is your identity, and you're not gonna change your mind. This is, I mean, like, you can if you want later on, but I'm just saying, most people, they were like parents and friends are always like scared that this is just a phase, right? So you're just trying to reaffirm with this other friend here with you, being like, Chase, 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 and you're like, that's me, and your other friends are like, oh, I guess that's a thing now. And when like they say like she, that person is like, you mean he. That has helped me so much in the last 5 years of my transition. Even before my transition, when I was like pre-T, being around other people who used my name and pronouns made me feel so much better. And when I brought them to these people who didn't use them yet, it kind of like got into the mix and everybody just started using it slowly. It's a slow process. You can't expect people to like right away be like, oh, Chase, he, yeah, that guy. Especially if it's your family or like friends you've had since you were a kid. It's a hard change to make for people who like don't know what trans people are. So you can't expect people to change like overnight, but doing it slowly and introducing people in their life that like already call you this name and pronoun is definitely a winner. That's my opinion. I don't know if you have other opinions or whatever suggestions, you can write them down there. I'm sure people would love more suggestions. That's just from my experiences. That's all I had to say. I hope this helped a little bit. This is kind of like an advice, right? Advice video. I think that somebody asked me to make this video. I think it was like an advice for people who are not passing, but their parents and friends are not accepting their name or their gender marker or something. I don't know. Hopefully it was helpful. If you have any suggestions for videos, I am all up for it. And yeah, I'll see you soon.